All right, everybody, how's it going? It is Monday, January 7th, 2019, and of course, we just finished with the NFL wild card round of the playoffs, and now we are here at the NFL Divisional Round playoffs, so we have to make an NFL pick'em video about that. So we'll hop right into the video and get started with the Saturday slate of games. Of course, starting with the Indianapolis Colts heading to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Colts are, of course, the 6th seed and the Kansas City Chiefs are the 1 seed. This game will be 4:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These two teams did not play each other, and the game will be in Kansas City. I predict that the Chiefs will go ahead and win this game by a score of roughly 35 to 31. And opening over under and opening line for this game when I made the video was Colts at Chiefs minus 5.5. So the Chiefs are 5.5 point favorites, and the over under is 57. Now I said they will go over the over under, because I think they'll have a combined score of about 66, and I think the Chiefs will only win by about 4. I don't think they'll cover that spread, so I think that's how that works. I'm not really sure. And I think this game will come down to how KC manages the clock and how their defense plays against Andrew Luck. And that's because Andrew Luck had the best passing game in the wild card round, as is sort of expected. He's kind of like he was the best passing quarterback that was playing, and whatever. And when we go to Kansas City, we see some problems with their defense. Bad secondary, a decent front seven. The decent front seven will be completely offset by the Colts offensive line. I don't think Andrew Luck even got really looked at funny in that game against the Texans. He threw the ball very well. That's going to be a big problem for the Chiefs. Is how do they stop that passing attack? Um, and that's why I think it's how KC manages the clock and how their defense plays. If when KC's on offense, they don't have this hyper quick offense that tries to score as soon as they get their hands on the ball, and tries to have these 8-minute, 9-minute drives, which they're totally capable of just getting 8 or 9 yards, dropping down, getting 8 or 9 yards, falling down, and just really killing the clock instead of 4 plays and a touchdown, giving the ball back to the other team, and knowing what their defense is, they need to get these 8-minute drives in because they can't give the ball back to the other team, knowing it might just be a touchdown, and the other team eats up 8 minutes, and they maybe take the lead after they ate up 8 minutes on a drive, and now Kansas City has to scramble to score as quick as possible, and it's like under pressure this time. You know what I mean? Like, say like, it happened against the Chargers. The Chargers and them, they score very quickly, give the ball back to the Chargers, and the Chargers eat up a bunch of clock at the end of the game. They take the lead by 1 point. Leave 40 seconds left for Kansas City to try to do something. So that's what Kansas City has to do to other teams is get up late or just get up and long drives. But if Kansas City isn't able to manage the clock and keep their defense off the field, it could be a really long game. And Andrew Luck's team is kind of capable of eating up the clock and doing that to other teams. That's going to be their strategy to use Marlon Mack against that. They kind of have a bad running defense in Kansas City. So, I mean, they could really just run the clock and keep the ball out of the offense's hands. So that's another thing. You can't let Indianapolis do that game to you. You have to do that game to the Indianapolis Colts, or you'll end up losing. But I think the Chiefs know that. If I know that they have to manage the clock better, they have to get more out of the drives, they have to keep the other team off the field, take the game out of their defense's hands is basically what they have to do, and that starts with keeping them off the field. I think they can do that. They should. They're coming off a bye. They're at home. Andy Reid off a bye he's almost unstoppable. So I like the Chiefs winning 35 to 31. Should be a great game, and the slight advantage for being at home. That's part of it. Uh, Colts are a dome team. This game will be outside. I don't know what the weather's going to be. Probably 40 and clear. So we're going to see some scores, we're going to see some touchdowns, and that'll be exciting. Plus, I'm also a little weary on Mahomes. Is he going to play well in the playoffs? He should. Not really worried about that. So I like the Colts again to lose 35 to 31. Chiefs to win 35 to 31. Sorry, I misspoke there. And advance to the AFC Championship game. Let's move on to the second game, which is going to be at 8:15 p.m. in Los Angeles, California, between the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. These two teams did not play each other, and I believe that the Rams are going to win by a score of 31 to 21. The over, under, and opening line is Rams are favored by 7. So a whole touchdown, I think they'll get that plus some. And the over-under is 49.5 points. I think they'll get about 52, so I think they'll go well over this. I think this will be a pretty offensive-filled game. And I think it'll actually come down to how much better the Rams handle being in the playoffs than they did last year. Remember last year they lost to the Falcons like 13-26 and looked really bad doing so, even though I believe they hosted the game against the Falcons. You know what I mean? It was a bad game. You remember what I'm talking about? McVay, Goff, they all look completely overwhelmed all game. So if they can turn that around and actually play well, if their offense could play like they can, which they can score some points, and and they can score against just about anybody. So I could see them easily putting up the 31 they'll need. And another thing, can the Cowboys play well on the road, which they haven't all year? They went 3-5 on the road this year. Or I think that's a incorrect record. No, yeah, 3-5 is what they went on the road. So I don't know. Are they going to be able to go into an environment that might be a little bit more hostile? I know they practice out there for what is that training camp the Cowboys do, and they practice in like Sherman Oaks or whatever. So they have quite a fan base out there, and I don't know if the home field advantage is going to matter, but they're still on the road. They're not at Jerry World. I wonder if that's going to impact the way this game goes. They don't play well. Are they going to be able to play their style of football away from Jerry World, which is kind of having the crowd involved in those games is pretty crucial to the way the Cowboys play football. And I wonder if they'll be able to do that. I I just think the Rams are the far superior team. They have the much better offense. They have I don't know, the defense of the Cowboys is a lot better. That's why I have the Rams scoring a little bit less points than they usually do. But I don't know. I just don't see the Cowboys winning away from Jerry World. They're 3-5 away, and if the Rams play like they did all regular season, they'll handle this game quite well. And that's really all this game comes down to is if the Rams choke again, then it's going to be the Cowboys are going to the NFC Championship. But if they don't, Rams are going, and it's going to be quite an easy game, I think, for them. 31-21 is what I'm predicting for the Rams. Um, it's just the Cowboys away from Jerry World have just been an atrocity to watch all season. They have like 3 wins against like the Falcons and some other garbage teams, and it's like okay, so they win away from home, or they win at home, but they can't win away. That's why pick a team that can't win on the road. I mean, I don't like to do that. I don't like to pick against home teams off a bye. Sean McVay's a very smart coach. As long as Jared Goff doesn't choke, this is a pretty easy set in stone win for the Rams. It's really hard to debate it otherwise. I know Cowboys fans are like, well, we weren't supposed to beat anybody. Yeah, but you beat a Seahawks team that was rebuilding, that you have a better roster than. I don't know if you have the better roster than the Rams. And I also have a theory, excuse me really fast, that now that the regular season is over, a lot of the Rams players freelance and play for themselves and play for certain records and play for like awards. So now that the regular season is over and everything's pretty much been decided for what awards can be won, the only goal left that they could be freelancing for is the Super Bowl. I think the team will play better together. I think they put aside their, big egos. They come together as a unit and they start beating teams with a very stout defense. They have all the pieces to do so. Peters, Talib, they have Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, and many, many other players. So I kind of have faith in their defense coming to life and stopping the freelancing, the we're in it for themselves kind of mentality. Now that the only goal left is the Super Bowl. I know that's high thinking, but I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. Completely overwhelming the Cowboys because they're going to come in thinking they can play a certain way. And I also like Todd Gurley well rested. Say the Rams get a decent lead, they can just run the ball with Todd Gurley. He's had about a month off to repair his lower body that's been all banged up. I like that. And then they have C.J. Anderson to spell him that can eat 4 yards at a time. I like that. And I think the Rams are going to get out to an early lead, too. I think they'll score quite easily. I know the Cowboys have a good defense, but not really when they're away from Jerry World. So I like the Rams to win this 31-21 and to advance to the NFC Championship game to take on who we'll get to eventually from the Sunday games. And then we got the 1 o'clock game on Sunday. All right. Which is the New England Patriots hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Sorry, I got gas. Ugh. I think all right. So these two teams did not play each other this year. The Patriots are the 2 seed. The Los Angeles Chargers are the 5 seed. Ugh, sorry about that. Anyway, the location of this game is of course in Foxborough, which is in New England. The over under and the opening line at this game are the Patriots are the 4.5 favorites. You know, Patriots minus 4.5. Over under 48. I think the final score of this game will be 24-17. So of course that is, I believe, below what the over under is. And I think it's because both teams have a pretty decent defense. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be cold. It's going to be a high of, I think it said 30 or 20. I don't remember which one it was. And the forecast is calling for snow. So we're going to see running. We're going to see low scoring. We're going to see defense. So be ready for that. And I think the score will be 24-17. Patriots win. And there's, obviously the biggest advantage is playing in Foxborough. The biggest thing is, I believe Philip Rivers is 0-7 against Tom Brady, and Brady's 7-0 against Philip Rivers, 8-2 against the Chargers all time. All of the wins against Tom Brady for the Chargers came when Rivers wasn't the quarterback or wasn't playing at the time. So, and that means in order to beat the Patriots, which is something they can't do, they're going to have to overcome playing in the cold, which is something I don't know how well they do. I know they're a very good road team, so I kind of can minimize having to play on the road, but Foxborough is a different beast. It's going to be cold there. It's going to be snowy. That's something that will mess up a West Coast warm weather team that plays, in fucking California. You know what I mean? That will mess them up. Patriots have that advantage there, so I like that. I like them at home. The Patriots off a bye at home. I mean that alone is like, oh shit, weeks to prepare. They've scouted out either the Colts and they had every possible outcome and they were prepared for everybody. And that's just, who they are, what they are. Um, 7-0 versus the 7-0 versus 0-7. I like Brady in that advantage, obviously. Now, okay, the Chargers have their advantages, a better receiving core, arguably a single better running back. Sure, Melvin Gordon's a single better running back. I think the Patriots have a better running back system. Burkhead, James White, and Sony Michel. So I kind of give the advantage running game to the Patriots. Defense, obviously, it goes to the Chargers. Patriots, though, did rank inside of the top 10 to end the year, trending in the right direction at the end of the year. I seen the Ravens make a furious comeback against the Chargers, and I didn't really like what I seen there. That worried me. If the Chargers play the way they did against the Ravens, I don't think the Patriots have a very good. I mean, I don't think the Chargers, sorry, have a good shot to beat the Patriots. Um, they were bailed out by they played a rookie quarterback. I know they were playing like the best defense in the NFL, and I get that, one of the best defenses. But you were playing a rookie quarterback, and he's turned the ball over like 4 times, and he didn't have anything going until the fourth quarter, like the last 8 minutes of the game, and he almost tied the game up and could have won the game if a pass had gone a different way. You know what I mean? If there wasn't a strip sack, who knows what would have happened at the end. Um, so those are the reasons I'm nervous. Like I was more nervous to play the Ravens because of the defense, but like the Chargers, they make mistakes, and it'll come down to, can the Chargers finally beat Tom Brady and the Patriots? He's 2-8. The Philip Rivers is in the Chargers. They must play mistake-free football, and they didn't do that against the Ravens. They made a lot of weird defensive mistakes. They committed costly penalties. They, weren't perfect on offense. They gave up a lot of opportunities for the team to come back, and we know what happens if you give the Patriots opportunities because you made mistakes and didn't end the game as fast as possible. The Patriots won't make the same mistakes that a rookie quarterback did in the playoffs. That won't happen. And for New England, what will it come down to? The receivers they have against this good of a defense. Can Tom Brady throw the ball against the Chargers with the way that Melvin Ingram, Derwin James, Joey Bosa? Can the Patriots surmount this defense with this core in their offense? I think they can. I think Brady showed against the Jets, hey, we can actually throw the ball around pretty efficiently. Don't give up hope. Don't think you're going to come and beat us easily. Plus, they went for like 200 yards against Buffalo running the ball. So yeah, for those reasons, it just seems like there's more advantages leaning the Patriots' way. 24-17 is what I think the Patriots win, and that means they cover the spread by some and move on to the AFC Championship game to play the Chiefs. And here's my upset of the entire postseason. I haven't had one yet. 4:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Philadelphia Eagles head into New Orleans to play the Saints. They did not play each other in the regular season. The game is in New Orleans. The over/under and opening line is the Saints are favored by 9 points and the over/under is 51.5. I think they will get the 51.5 because I also think the points are going to be bad. The Saints are not going to win by +9. Do not, whatever the betting is, that's a really big line, and it's not going to be like that. I know I don't remember if these two teams played each other. They might have, but I don't recall. And if they did, I believe that Nick Foles got his teeth kicked in, and I actually do think they played each other, and I think the Eagles got beat like 41-7 or whatever. Who cares? That was a long time ago with a different Saints team that didn't have a blueprint on how to beat them, as we've seen, other teams start to use. Um, so I think the Eagles win on an upset, 31-28. Don't like it? You're not. You're obviously a hater of jolly old Saint Nick. That's all I have to say. This is my upset pick. You can eat shit if you don't like it. I don't have to explain my pick. As a Patriots fan, I no longer doubt Nick Foles. I can't do that because if I did, it would make me a goddamn just an idiot. At this point, something's magical about the guy. Will it come down? What will this game come down to? Won't come down to stopping the Saints. I think that's borderline irrelevant in this matchup. It comes down to, can the Saints stop the magic of Nick Foles? I thought the Bears were gonna go, hey everybody, welcome to reality. All this shit that this is a team of destiny and and Nick Foles is full of magic and he's a Jesus Christ and all this stuff. Wham! Welcome to reality. I thought, nope. He willed that. I don't care that it was ruled a block kick. He willed that. He just looked at it and went, hit the crossbar, hit the other one, and bounced forward. You could see it. He was just kind of like mapping it out. He knows magic. He's a goddamn wizard. He looks like Napoleon Dynamite. And guess what? They're going to beat the Saints somehow and go to the NFC Championship game. I didn't even break this one down. I didn't even feel like it. Because guess what? It's going to happen because it's Nick Foles. Also, because guess what? He is Jesus Harold Christ. Look at this. The red line to hair, boom, match. Green line, boom, match. All these, boom, 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 98% match. That's Nick Foles, by the way. Number 9, Napoleon Dynamite face. And there's Jesus Christ. The white Jesus, the good Jesus, So we know they're very similar people. I'm very happy with Nick Foles right now, if you could tell, because not only did he do like something magical, he gave the Patriots the number 2 seed by beating the Houston Texans. He beat the Bears, who I despise because they're in the same division as the Lions. And I think he's going to beat the Saints 31-28. What else is there? And that means we'll get to the championship game round, and I think it'll be the New England Patriots going to Kansas City for the AFC Championship game. And I think for the NFC Championship game, that means the Rams will host the Philadelphia Eagles, who the Eagles actually beat as part of their magical run to even get into the postseason. I kind of threw some scores up there, 35-31. I think the Patriots will win, and I think the Rams will win 31-20 over the Eagles. Setting up the Super Bowl, New England versus Los Angeles, as I predicted in the preseason. I didn't exactly pick the Chiefs. I think I had the Chargers in there or some shit like that, or the Steelers. I forget which team it was, but I had Los Angeles, and I think I had the Eagles again, to be honest. I'm not even joking. You can go back and look, but this is the Super Bowl I predicted. We're very close to what I predicted. We're a week away from me being right from the beginning of the year yet again. This would be like, I don't know, 8 years in a row that I predicted the Super Bowl like this. So we'll see what happens. I have a good feeling that this is what's going to happen. I got to be right about like my predictions. There's like 4 games. 4 games, and then another 2 that have to happen for me to be right. But we're getting there. And then my playoff NFL pick'em record, we're at 2-2. Let's improve that. 3-2 if you count that Colts Titans game. That was sort of a 1-game playoff, but it kind of wasn't because it was in the regular season. whatever. They don't have those in football. But for the regular season, again, I was at 60.3% at 152 and 98 and 2. That gives me credibility, I guess, somewhat. So basically, let's go back over who I had winning. We had the Chiefs advancing to the championship game. We have the Rams beating the Cowboys, Chiefs beating the Colts, and then the next day we have the Patriots beating the Chargers, and we have the Eagles beating the Saints, which sets up, Jesus Christ is Nick Foles. Get it, the joke. Um, and we have the Patriots and Chiefs, who I think will win. The Patriots, Rams playing the Eagles. I think the Rams win. We get the Super Bowl. Blah blah blah. 2-2. Let's improve. So anyway, those are my picks for the NFC Championship or the NFL Divisional Round playoff games. Sorry, didn't mean to goof up there. I hope you liked the video. All these picks are super subjective and they're kind of hard to do because there's only 4 of them. I went 2-2 last week. I kind of got some games wrong. But this week I went with, some more, I went with my gut on the Bears or on the Eagles beating the Saints. I'm going as a fan saying the Patriots will win, but I gave very solid reasoning. If you like this video, please leave a like. I know there will be dislikes because of the nature of the video. It's picks videos, it's playoff times. Fans are going to be upset. Leave a comment down below with what you think of my picks. I'll get back to them if you can't tell by previous videos with all the comments, over 200. So that's very good on those kind of with the views I get on the videos. And I thank you guys so much who do view them, who have subscribed, who do like the videos, who do comment. It helps grow the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Again, leave a comment down below with what you thought of the wild card round, what you think of the upcoming games, who you think's gonna win, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, as I always do. I don't know what else to say. Typical YouTube stuff. Typical YouTube stuff. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Go Patriots. Beat the hell right out the Chargers. Beat them. Peace. Thanks for listening.